Hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of Introduction to Modules, where today we'll be going into the math module. The last video was on the random module, so if you haven't watched that yet, please watch that before this one. Okay, so now let's go into the math module. So the math module is basically like the math module, no duh, but like it basically allows us to get complex math functions. For example, like square root, power, those kind of stuff. And we don't even need to code them, which is super, super cool. Like the square root function, right? We'd have to make another function all by scratch ourselves. And that would be pretty complicated for where we're at right now. But here, all we need to do is just call it. That's it. Someone already made it for us and we're just using it. And we let the computer do the math, and we don't need to do that. And to call it, just say import math. That's it. Import math. So now let's go into the functions. So we're just going to go into two of them, but there's a lot more. So if you want to go into more in depth, here's a link to like the W3 Schools link, where they go into all of the math module functions. If you're interested enough, please be sure to look at that. But we're just going to go through the basics. And all the other functions kind of work like this. So if you understand like how modules work, like based on what we did in the last class and what we're going to do this class as well, you have the tools to use any function that you want based on this link here. Oops, my bad. So first we have the math.pow. So this is the power function. So we have the base and exponent. So if you did basic algebra, hopefully you know what this is. So it's basically the base is like 2, and then the exponent's like 3, for example. So 2 to the power of 3 is 8. So yeah. And the next one is math.square root. So we're just getting the square root of a number. Pretty self-explanatory. So let's get into some practice problems. So you see here math.pow 2 to 3. That's, again, I kind of told you that answer accidentally, but and then pow 9 comma 1 plus 1. So think about that. So, and then you have the math.square root. So take a minute, solve these, and then unpause it when you're done. Okay, so math.pow, so 2 comma 3, so it's 2 as the base and 3 as the exponent, so 2 to the power of 3 is 8. That's why it returns 8.0. And then 9 comma 1 plus 1, that may have tripped you a little bit, but 1 plus 1 is 2. It does the operations first, and then it does math.pow 9 comma 2, and 9 comma 2, 9 is the base, 2 is the exponent, so 9 to the power of 2 is 81. Again, if you don't know the math, you can just look it up online, or it's not even that necessary, as this is like you can just ask the computer to do it. So for the assignments, just use this then. So again, we have the math.square root 25, square root of 25 is 5, and square root of 81 is 9. Okay, so let's code. Open VS Code. This is the same exact project that we have been working on. So now you just to import, I know how to spell, import math. And now let's get into it. So this is a random. Let me just comment again. It's really good to comment, but if you don't want to, that's okay for now. But it's a very useful skill if you learn how to comment your stuff, because that's what I've been doing for the past few classes. Like if you see here, I did not do this for here. Like see 4, 3, 2, and then 1. So it's a very useful skill to have, but if you don't do it right now, that's fine. But yeah, just keep in mind that this is very important. So let me go back to modules. So let's kind of work with math. So let's just have two random numbers power each other, right? So let's just kind of do that. Let's do it in normal code first, and then we can convert it to a function. So again, just kind of copy paste this. Hopefully you got random module right now. This time, let me make it a little more consistent doing rand range. Okay. So now let me just square up print the power of them. So you do math dot pow, and then you do num1, num2, and then let's just print num1 and num2 out. Okay, hopefully that made sense. We kind of did practice with this, so if you need more help, just look back at the previous videos. But like the main new thing that we did is math.pow. So math, again, remember, math is the file, dot pow, this is the function. Oops. The power is the function, pow is the function, and then you're passing num1 and num2 as parameters, and then it returns a value which replaces this which replaces this entire thing to that value. So just keep that in mind. So let me just comment this out because we don't want this to run right now. Whoa. Okay. So let me run it. Okay. So if the number is 2 to the power of 10, that's 1024. Okay, let's make the exponent a little bit smaller. Let's make it until 4. So it goes from 0 to 3. Let's make it a little bit smaller because we don't want that big of numbers. So let me run it now. 1 to the power of 0 is 1. Let me run it again. 2 to the power, 6 to the power of 2 is 36. Run it again. 4 to the power of 2 is 16. And then 9 to the power of 2 is 81. 1 to the power of 2 is 1. 10 to the power of 0 is 1. So here you see that it works. So basically we got two random numbers, rand range, we did rand range twice for consistency, but if you need help with that, look back at the previous introduction to modules video, and we just printed them out, and now we're just powering them. So let me just make a function now. You can just make a function. Power instead of doing the num2. You may be considering this is a little repetitive because we already have functions, but the main reason why we're doing this is just so that we can get practice with the math module and the random module and functions. So for good design, you won't have a function, but we're just practicing making functions over and over again so that when the time comes, we know what to do. So print power num1, num2. So let me run it. It should work the exact same way. And yep, it works. So that's basically it. So we basically made a power function. These are the parameters, the def keyword. Always remember that. The first line is we print out num1, num2. Then we return the math.pow of those two numbers. And we get those two numbers, pass it into the function as parameters. And then this value will replace this value, and we'll run that and it'll print it out. So that's basically what happens. So let's go into the homework. So if you need any help, please be sure to email me or join one of like the weekly tutoring sessions where we kind of answer your questions at Learnable. So if you have any questions, please visit there, or you can email me and I'll be more than happy to answer your question. So okay, I was actually going to give more homework here, but I decided for now let's just make it easy for you all. So the one homework that I want you to do is to build a number guessing game that computes randomly generated values from 1 to 50 and gives the user 10 tries to guess it, and should state if the number is higher or lower, the number of tries left, and then uses for loops, random module statements. This could take like 30 minutes, hopefully 30 minutes to an hour. But keep on the grind. You got this. This is just one step towards the mountain where we cross to fully understand Python. And that is the one which we are all waiting for. But to get that, practice is key. So please finish the homeworks. So this is the homework for this class. We'll have a homework again for next class, where we'll have a project to do. So please be tuned to go into the project. But please finish this homework for now, and then watch the next video once you're done on how to go over the homework. So I'll see you there, and bye-bye.